Yeah.
Yeah. So,
She's having fun.
yeah, you know her. Yeah.
Go ahead, Ken.
Also, is this almost like a basketball reunion for you guys every year to come back?
Absolutely. This is my first year here. So I'm very excited to be here and just meet a lot of people here. Everybody here has done something. So it's just nice to meet people and network and say hi to my old teammates and former teammates that used to play here. So it's been cool.
Well, we kind of give you a sense, especially some of your younger guys as the years go on, of a Duke family that kind of stays together.
Yeah, that's why that's one of the reasons why I chose here. When I chose 3 or 4 years ago, that was the reason, just because what they talked about, how everybody sticks with each other, and everybody's a family, and it proves now. Everybody comes back and says hi to each other, so that's pretty neat.
How has the transition to pro ball been for you?
It's been good, man. Last year was a lot better. My first year I struggled with injuries, just finding my rhythm and my pace and kind of my fit. Last year, the second half of the year, really opened up for me. I started to play well, and it got to the point where I just started going out there and playing my game. So overall, it's a good year. Next year, I'm very excited.
Obviously, the decision you made was the right decision, but you ever turn on the TV and be like, man,
Oh,
I wish I could be a
absolutely,
camera?
absolutely. Everybody, I know, like me and Anthony. Anthony Davis. We watch the games. Kentucky's playing Duke, or Kentucky's playing somebody. He's like, man, I missed that. Like that. The NBA is the NBA, but the spirit of college, like that atmosphere, you never won't experience that. You won't experience that again, especially because playing in the Cameron Indoor. That's the best place to play, in my opinion. So I miss that for sure.
What is the biggest part of that transition?
I think the speed of the game and the knowledge. Everybody talks about the athletic adjustment. I think the biggest adjustment is the knowledge of the game. It's understanding that everybody's gonna know your moves. You have to be smarter. You have to game plan. You have to take care of your body more. And really, there's a lot of games. You play 82 games. You're used to 30 games or 20 games in a high school and college season. You're going against 82, and especially I played a point guard position. Last year was a big transition for me, and it actually ended up working out. I like playing the point guard a lot better than the shooting guard, which I previously played. Point guards in the league right now are so talented. That was the biggest adjustment, but it was fun for me. So.
You see guys like Jabari and Rodney going into the draft. What was that experience like for you? What advice would you give these guys?
I mean, it's nerve-wracking. I know that they don't want to hear it, but it's the truth. They're going to be anxious until draft night. Even Jabari and Rodney, who are both going to be definite first-round picks. Jabari obviously is going to be a 1, 2, or 3 pick. Even him, he's still going to be nervous until he gets picked. And I think just to enjoy it and realize once it's over with. You got to move on. Because once you come in the league, nobody cares what pick you are. They just want to see how good you are, especially Jabari. Jabari's an animal, and so is Rodney. They'll do just fine next year. I expect big things from both of them. They're both great players and great people.
Do you still hear Coach K in your head on and off the court?
Oh yeah, you don't ever forget the Coach K yell. That guy pushed me to points I didn't know I could be pushed to. So that's why I chose here. It wasn't the easiest way, but it was the best way for me. I think when you come here, you have to adjust, you have to learn, and you have to sacrifice things. Then at the end of the day, you get better. But for me personally, I got a lot better coming here.
Does your perspective on him change at all once you're gone?
No, not at all. I mean, you understand the way he coaches players at Duke and to where he coaches them at the USA. It's totally different. It's a totally different coach for both of them. But that's what great coaches do. He adjusts. I mean, you really just take. Sometimes you kind of you think back, you're like, man, I wish I would have took advantage of some of his knowledge, because he knows so many things, and he tries to prepare the players that are leaving for the NBA the best to his capability. But I wish I still could have used him even more.
What does you work out?
Yeah.
What do you see out of him?
He's talented, man. He's so quick. He has lightning speed. He's quick as heck, and he's a great player. I worked out with him all last week, and he's gonna be a good player. He's a guy that had a great freshman year. Last year he played well, especially the second half of the season. I think he's gonna be he's gonna be the leader next year. He's gonna be the main guy for them, or one of them. Especially with Jahlil. Is it Jahlil? Oh, Jahlil, yeah. So they're gonna have a good team. Coach K, they're gonna be all right. So.
Talk to him at all about your experience? You guys really talk to each other?
Yeah, no, he asked me questions just about his approach. Next year he's going to be one of the main guys, and with that comes a lot of responsibility. And he's not a freshman like I was. He's a junior. So he's going to have to be a captain. He's going to be a leader. He's going to have to take on the role of being not only the captain, but the guy that's going to have to be one of the go-to guys. She's an emotional guy. He's very emotional. That's how he plays. So next year it's going to be a big adjustment for him just to control that, balance that. It'll be fun to watch him grow. It's fun to watch him grow. I played against him even when I was in the AAU when he was younger than me. And he's a good player, so it'll be fun to watch.
And obviously, you've been around the game, the NBA atmosphere for a long time. Was there something that once you got into the NBA that you needed to experience to kind of learn to really understand it, even though you've kind of been seeing it from the
Yeah, I
outside?
mean, I was around him my whole life, but it didn't do anything for me. I mean, once you step on the court with LeBron and those guys, there's no knowledge is going to help you. You got to go out there and just kind of learn from your mistakes. I think that's the best way to put it. In the NBA, you got to learn from your failures. You're going to fail. You're going to play against guys. You're going to have a night where some guys just, absolutely just kicking your butt. I mean, it's just going to happen. And you got to learn from your mistakes and stuff like that. And that's what I did. I just kind of moved along, and then the confidence gets higher and higher. And then it goes to a point where you go into a game like, all right, I'm about to kill this guy. That's the way everybody thinks. And I think that's the best thing that I learned is just not keeping my head down, just learning from my mistakes, and I got better at it.
Is there anything that Coach K tried to teach you in college that kind of made more sense once you got to the NBA and you're kind of like, oh, that's what he meant?
I think the biggest thing he tried to help me was I was more of a quiet guy. I'm here, I was kind of a loner. I'd come here, I was in the gym all the time, and he used to love my work ethic, but he said, one of the things you got to improve on is just being a better leader, and especially at my position, the point guard. That's point guard leader, so that was the biggest thing for me. He tried to help me with that. I kind of took for granted until I got to the league. I was like, he was right. I need to be more of a teammate as far as talking to everybody, being a good person. That's one thing I've really, now I'm close with, all my teammates, and I have a good relationship with them, and that was a big thing I had to transition into, get out of my comfort zone.
Hey, Austin, what does it mean to you to come back to the Coach K Academy?
This is cool. When I got invited, I was, thrilled. I've never been back here before. I don't know what to expect. I'm excited to be able to coach these guys. I mean, these guys are a lot older than I am, so for me to be able to coach them is pretty cool. And all these guys are successful men themselves, and they're coming here because they want to compete at a high level against other guys. And it's just gonna be fun to network and meet people. A lot of these people have stories that I can hear and listen to. So I'm here kind of coaching, but I'm here as a sponge too. I'm just kind of trying to soak in everything and learn everything.
They're talking about getting rid of